Reading is fundamental, Andrew. All right, last three quick little hit stories are all about upcoming fights, so this will get Andrew excited, I guess. I don't really. The only thing that's interesting is the first one, which is Chavez versus Angulo. I'm all over it. So here's what Showtime's going to do. Stevenson Gavodsk. Shamalama Ding Dong. A split doubleheader airing live on Showtime and streaming live on the Showtime Sports social media platforms will kick off a big night of boxing on Saturday, December 1st, leading on to the Showtime pay-per-view of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So it's a huge night of boxing for Showtime. Adonis Steven will make his 10th title defense of the light heavyweight championship against undefeated challenger Alexander Gvovunsk.
And where is he from?
Who cares? Canada?
No,
Canada.
Come on, dude.
What, Alexander?
The Ukraine.
He's a Nazi.
So if he beats Stevenson, you're going to have Usyk, Golovkin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're all from the Ukraine. Yeah.
They're all coming, dude.
The two-fight telecast presented by PBC continues live from Los Angeles, where Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. will take on Alfredo Angulo in a 10-round super middleweight clash at Staples Center on the undercard. Fuck, dude, I got to go to this fight. I'm not going to pay $200 to go to this fight. I'm not.
No. I know.
No fucking way. I'm going to have to steal the fucking... Oh, did I say that out loud? I'll steal the reception. Why isn't PBC just sending us tickets? We talk about them more favorably than anybody else. I'm just being honest. And if it sounds like I'm shitting all over the PBC, we are less shitting on the PBC than everybody else, excluding Dan Rayfield, who literally sucks Al Heyman's dick. Literally.
No. Well, you know what? You seen that change when Bob Arum went over to ESPN, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
But prior to that, his nose had shit on it all the time, getting up into Al Heyman's crack.
And I'm telling you, there's a certain fan base that has a desire for some of these matchups. Some of the people that are involved in the sport, the PBC rarely puts out a fight that everyone's clamoring for. Like, dude, I gotta go.
This entire day of boxing is pretty tasty.
Not that undercard. That undercard's getting no likes. Now, Angulo versus Chavez. Talk about two. I mean, I thought this was a company that had hella undefeated up and coming.
Hold on. First of all, Chavez was thrown on there in the hopes that it would sell tickets.
Angulo versus Chavez. Angulo's got no fan base. This dude hasn't been a prospect.
It's not his
for
fan base, and Chavez doesn't have a fan base either. I get it.
He doesn't have one either. This is a guard. Like, you had an opportunity to rise one of your prospects up. Where is he at?
Andrew,
where's the future?
Andrew, I need to speak to our Mexican brothers and sisters. My Mexican fans, my brethren, the people that I grew up with. I need you to support this fight because you guys are missing the obvious greatness of this fight, which is the real possibility that Chavez could finally have the emotional breakdown in the ring, cry, lose his shit, and start swinging on his dad, which is what we all want. We want to see Chavez have a breakdown. If Alfredo Angulo, who is literally ready for senior citizen retirement, right? He's 36 fucking years old. He hasn't won in 25 years.
Two divisions out of his weight division.
Bro, if he magically wins this fight, Andrew, we could finally get the Chavez Jr. meltdown that I have prayed for. I've literally prayed to a God I don't believe in about Chavez Jr. having a fucking meltdown in the ring and then taking a swing at his dad. That's the only outcome I would find acceptable.
I'm going to say Angulo's best win was at junior middleweight years ago against Kermit Cintron. He is now fighting at super middleweight. So, yes, Lee, if Chavez Jr. loses this fight, it could be that rock bottom.
He was so close at StubHub that night, Andrew, where he took a swing at the cameraman. Oof. He was so close after losing to a fucking shitbag white guy. I mean, you can't lose to any shittier, whiter fighter than that. I mean, that... Andrew. Fuck, makes my nipples hard thinking about it. Al Heyman is preparing to move into British boxing market from January by staging fights between James DeGale and Chris Eubanks Jr. on ITV Box Office. Oh, smart move, Al. The respective
both lost their last major fight.
Yeah, nobody's going to watch this shit except Paul Cuff. I would be interested on this one. I feel like throwing this up as a comment on just to see if anybody beyond Paul Cuff would actually watch this. The respected managers long considered the sport's most powerful individuals. What? They are?
I'm telling you, it's...
What? The respected manager long considered the sport's most powerful individual. Hey, boxing scene, get the shit off your nose for crawling up fucking Al Heyman's ass.
It's been so long since that title has stuck with him, though. Like, seriously, Floyd is so gone from the sport. He's done nothing. You know, Deontay Wilder.
At the end of the day, when the book is finally written about the PBC, Al Heyman, and everything, we're going to find out that all of this was Floyd Mayweather running it from behind the scenes.
No, it was.
In his delusional mind, he thought this would all work.
No, the man's a good businessman, right? He got the check from some investors that gave him a lot of money. I think the story's going to be at the very end, Lee. The major story is going to be how much percentage he was taking from these fighters when he gave them $1 million to fight a nobody. Okay, when these fighters, when they realize, you know what, I'm in my mid-30s, the PBC, I'm almost out of the PBC, Al Heyman's not really looking at me as a contender anymore, then you're going to start hearing the bitterness come out. Well, you know what, I made $1 million, but he was taking 35% of that. My trainers are taking 10% of that, and taxes were getting taken out of that. Then so Heyman was the one really making serious money without ever throwing a punch in the ring. Sort of like what you guys said about every other promoter that's ever taken a big percentage out of you. So we won't hear it. A lot of these guys, he's not even done with this first era yet of fighters being under the PBC. Wait until some of these guys, your Peter Culins, who haven't fought in fucking 2 years. I don't know what he's doing. Your Durrells, who are just hanging around out there. But they're all getting old. They're all going into their 30s now over there. I don't see any superstars. I don't see any of them that is ready to carry the Floyd Mayweather banter into the future. Deontay, possibly. Deontay Wilder's close because of his next opponent, not because of his past. Everyone in the international frame looks at Deontay as a fucking fraud, and you guys all know it. They constantly talk about his opponents. They constantly talk about the fact that the man can't throw a legit punch in the boxing ring. Yes, he has a win against Luis Ortiz. How many times have people stated that Luis Ortiz is damn near 50 years old? They were lying about his age, blah, 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 blah. So we can't act like Deontay Wilder moving into this fight with Tyson Fury was just the fight of the freaking century because Deontay's Mike Tyson. He's not. Nobody outside of the PBC fan base thinks that Deontay Wilder is the new Mike Tyson, and his ticket sales are showing that.
However, if he beats Tyson Fury, and I've said this.
Yes, because of this
You beat
fight.
the lineal champion, the guy who beat the guy who beat the guy who beat a fucking Klitschko. Let's be legit. Okay?
Because of this fight.
Yeah, this fight makes Deontay Wilder. Yes,
and Lee, let's look at it. He picked a guy that hadn't been in the ring for 3 years, 2.5 years. This is straight Al Heyman advice. You had Anthony Joshua there for $50 million. We know he's not making $50 million. We haven't heard the purses, but believe me, if he was making $50 million, he'd be screaming that every day. He turned away $50 million to go up with the guy that's the champ right now, who's been active, who's undefeated. I don't want that guy. I'll take Tyson Fury. Guys, fought twice since 2017, 8? No, it was even before. When he beat Klitschko, I had to look that up. It got to be at least 2.5 years. So we still know they went with the safer opponent. Spence Garcia. That's your big moment for the PBC welterweight, fighting a fucking lightweight. Great. Wow. That's the future right there. 147 against 135. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
Feel better?
Yeah. I always like sticking it to them. They fucking run around these chat rooms all day. I stick it to them every weekend. You don't hear one of these motherfuckers ever come back at me. You know what they come at me with? It's a calculator. If I look up the math, and Floyd Mayweather's the most richest fighter, blah, 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 blah. Golden Boy made him. Bob Arum made him. Sorry.
Takes us to our last.
Lee,
yeah.
It's all a Golden Boy stable that supplied his pay-per-views. Let's not get the shit twisted. Yeah, they took it from Golden Boy, but it was your Saul Alvarez who was on the undercard of all Floyd's last fights. It's your Robert fucking Guerreros that was on all the undercards of Floyd's fights. Don't act like, oh no, we just put Floyd up there with a bunch of... Remember how Top Rank used to do it? Top Rank would give you one good fight, and then they'd give you a girl fight, a butterbean fight, bullshit fights. Oscars still make $100 million. Motherfucking Floyd couldn't do that. He could not do. You need Saul Alvarez versus Shane Mosley on the undercard to get that million buys.
That's a lot of coffee, Andrew.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm just telling it like it is. Hey, listen. Don't lose December 1st. Do not lose December 1st because I don't know where you're at. You talk about De La Hoya only having Alvarez. Bro, you lose Deontay Wilder at the moment, that momentum that he has going in. You lose this fight. What are you? You're back to Spence? Are we really back to Spence? He's the future. He's the future. They asked Spence, hey, you want to fight Hurd? Yeah, I would entertain that fight, but I don't think he's going to beat Charlo. Fuck out of here. Oh, he's already rooting for other guys to beat his competition.
And last but not least, Roman Cock in My Mouth Gonzalez will oppose Pedro Guevara in the main event of what is expected to be HBO's... Isn't that his nickname?
Hey, Lee.
Cock in My Mouth?
What is the song that you play at all funerals? We should just play it every time we announce an HBO fight. Why are they even trying? They should just pay Roman Gonzalez not to fight and just cancel their whole shit. Call it quits. No, go ahead.
ESPN.com reported a deal is in place for Gonzalez Guevara fight December 8th at StubHub Carson. Okay, first of all, about the only time it ever rains in Los Angeles, you're going to do an outdoor venue in December where on any given night it could possibly rain. Are you telling me you guys couldn't find an indoor venue for this? It'll be cold as fuck. It's the desert.
No one's going to be there. They could have put it at a high school gym.
No, if you do $25 tickets like they normally do, they'll sell the place out.
We've seen Chocolito in LA
Andrew?
before.
That's because one garbage bag full of cans is equal to a ticket to the fight.
I'm telling you, Chocolito is
Wow, that's a really racist thing that you just let me slide right by.
Oh, maybe I'm getting used to your racism, Lee. How about that?
I don't think it's racism. I'm just saying stereotypes.
I
don't believe in racism. I believe in stereotypes.
I'm just messing with you. Listen, he's fought in there before. It was not a sellout.
I'm so over Roman Cock in My Mouth.
I'm so over HBO's bullshit fights. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they're done. This is their last fight.
Oh, it's so bad. Just what a ending to a great franchise for the sport.
Oh, no, Roman needs to get knocked out again. Then it'll be a perfect end to their franchise.
And Jim just cry. I want to see, Jim, is he going to cry?
Roman's coming back. He's in this fight. Oh, my God. He's turning back the hands of time. Roman Cock in My Mouth Gonzalez is turning it all back.
Maybe they'll keep the lights on. No, Jim, they're shutting down.
No, Jim, you're unemployed. You can retire finally. And everybody can go do a stereotypical white guy impersonation that sounds an awful lot like Jim Lampley. I'm just saying that everybody's white person impersonation sounds like Jim Lampley. I mean, literally, everybody sounds like they're doing a Jim Lampley impersonation when you're doing a fake white guy. The problem is you don't have a stick up your ass like Lampley somehow got magically somewhere along the way when they boosted his contract. Lampley's just got to fucking retire. That's all there is to that shit.
All right.
So, Andrew, I went from having a 60% chance of winning. It's now 11 o'clock, 1 hour into the morning games. I am now, this guy's not even starting a tight end or a defense. Let me state this. He now has a 70% chance of winning, and I've got a 30% chance of losing, and my team hasn't even taken the fucking field yet. Like, all my games are in the afternoon, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm at 64% right now with some of my heavy hitters not even
30% chance
on
of
the
winning.
field.
The live projection